Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Just kidding. Welcome back to Gearhead. Serious note, I'm out here in the shop, and you may notice that I don't change clothes very often. It's because I only shower once a year. Just kidding. Continuing on from the last video. Last time I went through and I did a little wax and grease removal on the LS so I could get ready for paint. Well, and here we are. Front cover sitting there, engine sitting here. Got the old spotlights out so that way I could see the dark side of my moon. You know, get a little bit of light on the situation. And I got primer basically ready to go on. Now, I have run a paint gun once, and that's because my little short buddy Nathan, oh geez Louise, this is my little buddy Nate, was painting a car, and I believe we were doing primer, and he was so generous enough to treat me like his own child and let me hold the gun for him. And I was like, Daddy, this is so much fun! It was so fun that I decided I'd try and paint my own stuff. I bought this paint gun, God, I think it had to be every bit of almost 10 years ago. And it's only ever been used one time. It's clean, black chrome with red, and time number 2 is going to be me doing it. No idea what I'm doing. Wish me luck. But seriously, now we're going to go ahead, I'm going to mix up some paint. For this deal, Nate, being the paint expert that he is, kind of gave me some input what he thought I should do. And he gave me this recipe. He wants me to do this epoxy primer from Auto Body Masters, which is out of our local Arnold's Motor Supply. So we're gonna do that. Of course, you got a little catalyst. And then once it's all said and done and we're getting closer to actual putting down some color, we got the color right here. Now, we're gonna be using Omni MTK, some hardener and stuff like that there. You know, nothing too exciting. It's standard paint stuff. People like me don't know anything about it. Oh, which reminds me. You know what? It's not as bad as it looks like it could be, because if you read right there, if it's focused, I have no idea. 1-to-1 ratio, and it tells you on the can. That's what you need for air pressure. That's what you need for blah blah blah. This is a mix. Bob is your uncle. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix up some paint, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna paint an engine. It's not much, but it's honest work. So be prepared to sit back and watch the tomfoolery that is me trying to paint an engine, and I don't know squat about what I'm doing. But that's like everything on this channel. No clue. But going for it. All right? So sit back, relax, and watch the spit show. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah. All right, kids, done with all that madness. Gonna keep my mask on because the fumes are pretty rank in here. Safety first and stuff. Very happy with the way this primer turned out. 2 layers as directed, 15-minute flash time in between. I likes it. Cleaned up pretty good, laid down really well. I don't see any real spots of concern. I don't see any place where there's like obvious oil beading. You'll notice that I went around this thing about 43 times, maybe more like 53 times. But that's what you got to do when you do paint like that. I know enough that here, get this door open. Woo! I know just enough about painting that a guy doesn't want to, you don't want to miss stuff. So you go around it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Go around, go around, go around until you cannot go around anymore. And then go around one more time. Shine your light in all the nooks and crannies. Even though this is just primer and not the final base, or whatever you want to consider final coat, it's still extremely important to make sure that everything's adhering, because if your primer doesn't adhere, your paint ain't gonna adhere. That's all there is to it. There's no base for it to stick to. So anyhow, go ahead and dump the paint out, get this thing all cleaned up. I mixed up 8 ounces of primer and 8 ounces of, 8 ounces of your actual primer base, 8 ounces of catalyst, and I don't know if anybody can see that here. We'll give us a little tipsy doodle here. That would be what's left after painting the bejesus out of that engine with 2 layers of lacquer thinner. Jeez Louise. 2 layers of epoxy primer. So we'll go ahead and this is your Friday night beverage cup. It's a lot of leftover paint. Now, I didn't know. If I would have known better, I could have just as easily mixed in, well, not even mixed, but I could have mixed up 4 ounces of primer, 4 ounces of base or catalyst. Jesus, it's been a long day. Anyways, enough of that. Go ahead and clean this thing up, get her all put away for the night, and probably, since it is 10:22, I don't know if you can see the clock, but it is late enough that I'm done for the night. As usual, nothing ever time-wise ever goes how I want it to, so a little bit later in the day, but whatever. You give it plenty of time to dry overnight, and then tomorrow we can come back and mix up the final color and lay that down, and we'll continue on. This is going to be one video, but there is going to be a break in between. So get this thing cleaned up. See you in just a second.